Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and we've got a lot of news to get through as well. And I really appreciate everybody that shares the videos. Due to some of the subject matters, YouTube will not promote as much. I'm not even going to say the certain topics, but you can see from the recent videos we've done that some of them are controversial. The first story we've got today is coming from Harrow Road in northwest London, near Westbourne Green Park. Harrow Road is definitely one of the most dangerous roads in London this year. Our reporter Dave Nathan has been to the scene of many incidents, several murders and over a dozen stabbings. A man in his early 20s has been rushed to hospital following a stabbing in Westbourne Green on December the 2nd. Emergency services were called to the scene near Harrow Road following reports of an assault shortly after 7:30 p.m. yesterday. On arrival, they found a man suffering from one stab injury and he was transported to hospital by London Ambulance Service. There was no updates on his condition as of yet, and no arrests have been made, and police are now appealing for witnesses to do with the incident. There was a large crime scene and there was a lot of blood as well and debris in the area following this incident near Westbourne Green Open Space. There was recently a suicide in that exact park as well, and there's been several incidents around that location in the last year. It was called at 7:36 on Wednesday to reports of an assault in the vicinity of Westbourne Green. Officers attended and found that a man believed to be in his 20s with a stab injury who was taken to hospital and he's in a stable condition. So we're definitely going to keep you updated on any updates with that story, and there's a lot of updates going on in London and cases that have been getting dealt with this week. This story goes back to 2017 and they've only just convicted a man called David Egan of the murder of Danny Pearce. Danny Pearce was stabbed after he left a jazz club and was walking with his girlfriend and two friends to a parked car on King William Walk in Greenwich on July the 15th, 2017. The 31-year-old had a young daughter and was confronted by two men who demanded his Rolex watch. One of them was David Egan. When he refused, he was chased and trapped by the suspects, who repeatedly stabbed him as he lay defenceless. The whole attack was witnessed by his terrified friends and partner. Danny was pronounced dead at the scene shortly afterwards, despite the best efforts of paramedics and police to save him. Post-mortem examination revealed the cause of death as multiple stab wounds. Police also found a gunshot grazing, which showed evidence of at least 4 shots that were fired in Danny's direction as he attempted to run away. Detective Inspector Joe Sidaway said this was a truly horrific attack that took place in the street. Danny had enjoyed a night out with his girlfriend and mutual friends. He was subject to a prolonged attack and the offenders chased him up and down the street. Danny tried to seek refuge in a residential property, but as he did so, he was repeatedly stabbed. The level of violence shown towards him was shocking, and today is a result of 3 years of hard work by the police, and they are pleased that they have secured the guilty verdict that Danny's family were desperate to hear. David Egan, 24, of Ashmead Road in southeast London, was found guilty of murder at Inner London Crown Court on Wednesday the 2nd of December. He was convicted of possession of a firearm, robbery and possession of an offensive weapon. In relation to the incident, Egan was found guilty of 2 further robberies on the 11th of July and the 13th of July 2017, as well as possession of an offensive weapon and having an imitation firearm with intent to commit an indictable offence. He will be sentenced on Monday, December the 7th, and Danny's watch has never been found. Detectives want to speak to anybody that was offered the silver Rolex back in 2017 worth around £5,000, and this story definitely highlights the lengths people will go to obtain these material things that are worth substantial amounts of money nowadays. We've definitely covered several watch robberies in the past few years on the channel. Footballers having their watches robbed, and people even just getting their hair cut having their watch robbed as well. So it's definitely something to take precautions with, and definitely be aware of where you are and any dangers in the surrounding area. And in a very little documented story that occurred on the 30th of November, 2 people were shot and police had a gun waved at them in a Woolwich street in South London. The incident occurred in the early hours of Monday morning on November the 30th, and police were called to reports of a shooting in Commonwealth Buildings in Woolwich Church Street. Officers arrived shortly after 3 a.m. and callers reported a gunman firing at a group A woman and a man were both injured in the incident. Armed police pursued a car believed to have been stolen from New Cross to Camberwell, and it crashed and the suspects fled on foot. During the subsequent chase, a gun was pointed at an officer and 4 people were eventually detained and arrested on suspicion of possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life, possession of ammunition, possession of an offensive weapon, and aggravated vehicle taken. During the search of the car, officers found 5 knives, including 4 Rambo knives and a self-loading pistol, also known as a semi-automatic. 2 magazines of self-loading ammunition were also recovered nearby. Detectives are now conducting several lines of inquiry with particular focus on forensics and ballistic evidence. 1 person has been released under investigation and a 4th male was taken to hospital for injuries sustained during the chase. So I've struggled to find any footage or pictures from the scene, but we'll definitely keep you updated with that story and every other story featured in this video. So rest in peace to Danny Pearce, and I really appreciate you joining me today. I've got another video uploading very shortly, so please turn on your notifications. YouTube doesn't recommend these videos as much now due to the sensitive subjects, so it really is down to you guys to make sure that everybody does get to hear these stories. I really appreciate your time. Take care. I'll be back again very shortly. Peace.